Mnemonics for DJ Blue TV, and today we're taking a look at the Akai Professional MPD232, which is a new pad controller from Akai Professional. So it's very similar to the MPD line that you may be familiar with, but it's definitely fresh for 2015. They've updated a lot of things and made it very sleek in design, as you can tell here. So it's very thin, it's great for portability, lightweight, but still sturdy enough that you know you're getting something that's professional and of quality. The pads are the typical MPC pads that Akai has made its name for. What I particularly like about the MPD is just how easy it is to play. Like, they are thick pads, but they're very sensitive. I have it loaded up here with an acapella that I used for a song here in Logic, and I use the MPD232 to create the entire project. So I'll be referring back to that as we go throughout the review here. So when you first take a look at the MPD232, you'll notice that it has 16 pads to the left here, and there are 4 available banks for that. So you have 64 choices with the pads here. You have your typical stuff that you would have with the MPD in the past, with the no repeat, 16 level, full level, as well as transport controls at the top, that being stop, play, record, etc. You have a step sequencer in here that it's up to 64. You'll see it here below the levels, which we'll go into next. And from here, you're able to program your sequences and store within the unit itself. Has the ability to do the sequence on and off, and you have a record button, and you can edit it and do things with the timing and things of that nature. Above the step sequencer, we have levels. I have it set up to do mixing within Logic, so it controls the levels of my tracks, and I'm able to slide and adjust here, rather than having to bring it up on the screen and then be clicking around on the mouse and stuff. So it definitely keeps you in front of the machine itself as much as possible. Above these levels that you see here are knobs, which you can use for automation within your DAW, so that way you can control the sound from the controller, and you can set it up for whatever parameters you want. You have 8 available for those, and beneath those you have buttons that are also available for automation, and you can have them set up any way you want. It's a little different for each individual DAW. Within Logic, I simply just use Learn Assignment, and it's very simple and easy to do that for all the different controls within the MPD232. To go back to what I was referring to regarding the pads and the sensitivity, I have it here set up, it's an old dirty bastard, shimmy shimmy acapella. So it really picks up on your velocity changes when you press down on the pads. It's really, really useful. I'm not a guy that likes to use pad controllers too often. I prefer the keys, but there's really something to be said about how this feels. It's got a really good touch to it, and you can really dance along the pads here and get a nice sound. It's really, really cool to use for stuff like this, like an acapella or a sample. It's also really great for percussion, obviously, and that's what this thing is primarily made for, is the percussion. And with that said, I have it loaded up here within battery. A very simple drum set. You'll hear the results, but you just have everything segmented out, and it's very easy to use, and you can hear the velocity changes, which is really what shows what's so great about these pads and why people prefer to use MPDs and MPCs, is because these particular pads, they're award-winning, they're really fantastic pads. Speaking of drums themselves, just to go back to that, when you do purchase this product, you get 2 different volumes from Sonobox, 4 drums. They're the Big Bang drums, one which is a cinematic, and the other is just a standard drum set. It's pretty similar to products like Easy Drummer or Addictive Drums, but this is from Sonobox, and they definitely put together a quality product. I enjoy using them, so I just wanted to let you guys know that you get that when you do buy this product as well. So, really to break down this song here, every instrument you're going to hear was created with the MPD, so I played everything out, and it's definitely something that came out pretty good, and like I said, it's based off of Shimmy Shimmy Ya by Old Dirty Bastard. So I'll let you guys take a listen right now.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw.
So that's just a brief example of what you can make with the MPD232. I did that within Logic 10. Each DAW that's out there has its own individual preset, which is selectable here on screen. It's right next to the edit and the global buttons, so you'll see it right smack in front of you. And no matter what you're using, whether it's Ableton or Logic like myself, whatever DAW it may be, there's like about 16 settings or so. You'll be able to access that on board here and have everything set up specific for your DAW, which is definitely useful. So to conclude, I think it's a really high quality product. As I mentioned, I'm not a guy that uses the pad controllers that often, but I really enjoy this. Just really from the sensitivity of the pads and how easy it was to set up makes it a really valuable product. This is definitely something good for the guy that likes to sample or does all the percussions by hand, you know, that's really what this thing is for. It's really for drums, sampling. You can use it to play keys, obviously, but it's not necessarily the easiest thing in the world to do, considering it's not set up like a traditional keyboard. So with that said, I think the Akai Professional MPD232 is a really good pad controller. It'll definitely be a great addition to your studio.